My friends, today I want to talk to you about something that's often overlooked but crucial to living a fulfilling and successful life. Protecting yourself, your peace, and your journey by understanding the 5 things you should never share with anyone. First, never share your personal goals and dreams with anyone. Your goals are the very essence of who you are becoming. They are the roadmap to your future, the heartbeat of your ambition. But here's the truth. Not everyone is equipped to understand or support your vision. In fact, many people might not even believe in what you're capable of achieving, and that's okay. Why? Because your dreams are yours and yours alone to nurture. When you share your goals with others, you open yourself up to feedback, some constructive, but more often destructive. People who haven't walked your path or faced the challenges you will face may offer their unsolicited opinions. But these opinions can easily plant seeds of doubt. You'll hear things like, "That's too big of a dream," or "You'll never be able to do that." And if you're not careful, those words can take root and stop you in your tracks. And your dreams are delicate when they're new. Like a seed planted in the soil, they need care, patience, and protection to grow. If you let every person's opinion water them, they may drown. You have to hold on to your dreams and goals, even when no one else can see the vision clearly. The world might try to tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, but if you believe in them, they will guide you toward greatness. So here's the bottom line. Protect your goals from the negative energy of others. Share them with only those who will encourage you, who will hold you accountable, and who will be there to lift you up when the road gets tough. Otherwise, keep them close to your heart. Let them fuel you. Let them be the fire that pushes you forward when times get hard, and let them remain your personal guide as you chart your course to success. Let me know if you want any further adjustments. Second, never share your financial struggles or triumphs. Money is one of the most sensitive topics you can discuss with others, yet it's something many people feel compelled to reveal, whether it's bragging about success or seeking sympathy for hardship. But here's the reality. Financial information is deeply personal, and sharing it with others can lead to complications you didn't expect. When you share your financial struggles, you expose a vulnerability that others might not treat with the respect it deserves. People may feel pity for you, but more often they will judge you. They may try to help, but their advice is likely to be based on their own limited understanding, not the specifics of your situation. Even worse, there are people who will use your financial difficulties against you, sowing seeds of doubt, guilt, or pressure. Your money struggles are your own to navigate. How you handle them is part of your growth. Don't let others decide the path you take or diminish your journey with their opinions. On the other hand, when you share your financial successes, it can also lead to problems. There's no such thing as a humble brag when it comes to wealth. Success can breed jealousy, and people may begin to see you through the lens of envy. You may even find that your relationships begin to shift because some individuals might feel inferior or resentful of your financial standing. It's critical to remember that not everyone will celebrate your success. In fact, some will view it as a threat to their own sense of security. Moreover, even if you think you can trust someone with this information, money has a funny way of creating a divide between people. Friends and family might start to ask for loans or favors that become uncomfortable or even impossible to deny. What starts as an innocent conversation about money can quickly turn into an obligation that burdens you. In both cases, whether you're struggling or succeeding, your financial information is yours to manage. It doesn't belong to anyone else to judge, scrutinize, or use as leverage. You work hard to earn what you have, and you've earned the right to keep it private, safe, and protected from the opinions or expectations of others. Let me know if you'd like to make any changes. Third, never share your deepest fears and insecurities. We all carry fears. We all have insecurities that linger in the shadows of our minds. These are the things we often don't speak about, the parts of us that are raw, exposed, and vulnerable. But let me be clear. While it's important to acknowledge and work through these fears, sharing them with just anyone can leave you open to harm. When you reveal your deepest fears, you open up a piece of your soul to others, and not everyone will treat it with care. Some may dismiss your fears as irrational, some might mock them, and others might use that information against you at a later time. People who don't fully understand you may see your insecurities as a weakness to be exploited, something to take advantage of when they need to push your buttons. And trust me, there are people who will take advantage of this vulnerability for their own gain, whether consciously or unconsciously. In addition to that, sharing your insecurities too freely can also become a burden. You might find yourself stuck in a cycle where you need constant reassurance from others, which ultimately takes away your personal power. You begin to rely on the opinions of others to validate your worth, and that's a dangerous place to be. Your self-esteem should not hinge on anyone else's approval but your own. When you share your fears too easily, it becomes a way to look for external validation, when what you really need is to find peace within yourself and grow stronger in your own skin. Your insecurities are a natural part of the human experience. They don't define you, but they are yours to confront, not to parade around for others to dissect. Confronting your fears is a personal journey, and it's important to find the right people to walk alongside you in that process. You want someone who can support you, not someone who will diminish your growth. Moreover, fear is often rooted in doubt. Doubt in our abilities, doubt in our worth, and doubt in our potential. By sharing these fears with just anyone, you may inadvertently give that doubt a platform to grow. It's crucial to protect your mind and your emotional energy, especially when you're working to overcome something difficult. There are times when you must face your fears in silence, strengthening yourself until you can stand tall and face them head on without the influence of others weighing in. Let me know if you'd like any more adjustments. 4, never share your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, things we struggle with, areas where we fall short. These are the parts of ourselves that we wish we could improve, the gaps in our abilities that we work hard to close. But be careful. Your weaknesses are personal, and exposing them to the wrong people can create vulnerability in ways you can't always foresee. When you openly share your weaknesses, you give others the chance to judge, criticize, or even manipulate you. Weaknesses, by nature, are things that make us feel less than strong. And while it's important to acknowledge and work on them, broadcasting them to others opens the door for people to either take advantage of your struggles or treat you with less respect. Imagine a person who knows you're struggling with something, whether it's a lack of confidence, a technical skill, or emotional resilience. Now, having that power over you, they might begin to view you as less capable, less competent, or even less valuable. There's also the danger that people will use your weaknesses against you, even unintentionally. For example, if someone knows your weak spots, they might bring them up during arguments, doubts, or moments of vulnerability. It's easy for others to disregard your growth and focus on where you've fallen short, especially when they know your weakest moments. This can lead to discouragement and may even cause you to stop trying to overcome your weaknesses. By sharing your weaknesses, you also risk lowering your own self-esteem. When you tell someone, "I'm not good at this," you may start to internalize that as a fact. Your mindset shifts from one of growth to one of limitation. You might begin to believe that your weaknesses define you, when in fact they are just areas of improvement. Weaknesses are not permanent unless you make them so. Furthermore, showing vulnerability in your weaknesses to the wrong people can lead to people viewing you as inferior or weak. Unfortunately, not everyone will have the empathy to understand that weakness is a natural part of growth. Some people may see it as an opportunity to gain power over you. Or worse, they may start to question your ability to perform in other areas of your life. It's crucial to protect yourself from such judgments by keeping your weaknesses close to the chest until you're ready to work on them without external influence. Your weaknesses should be a personal challenge, not a public spectacle. Recognizing them and striving to improve them is a journey that requires focus, self-compassion, and patience. When you share them too openly, you risk being distracted from your goal of self-improvement. Keep your weaknesses to yourself and take the time you need to turn them into strengths without the added pressure or influence of others' perceptions. Let me know if you need further adjustments. Fifth, never share other people's secrets. There are few things in life that require as much trust as sharing a secret. When someone confides in you, they are opening up a part of themselves that they may not share with anyone else. Secrets can range from something small and personal to deeply sensitive, life-altering information. Regardless of the nature of the secret, when someone trusts you with their private matters, it is a reflection of their faith in your integrity and your ability to keep their trust safe. Sharing someone else's secret without their consent is not just a violation of their privacy. It's a breach of trust that can irreparably damage relationships. Trust is the foundation of any connection, whether it's a friendship, family relationship, or professional bond. Once trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to rebuild. By revealing a secret that was entrusted to you, you risk losing the respect and faith of the person who confided in you and possibly others who may hear about your actions. Even if your intentions were not malicious, the damage caused by breaking that trust can be long-lasting. Consider the weight of being the person who shares someone else's deeply personal information. You might feel a temporary sense of relief or excitement after revealing something private, but at what cost? What happens when that person finds out you've exposed them to the world? The feeling of guilt and regret that follows can haunt you. Moreover, once a secret is out, it's out. There's no taking it back. Words once spoken cannot be unspoken. The consequence of breaching that trust can linger for years, creating tension, resentment, or even permanent distance between you and the person whose secret you shared. In addition to the personal consequences, revealing someone else's secret can lead to a wider ripple effect. Think about the network of people connected to the individual whose secret you've shared. What happens when their secret becomes known to others, often in a distorted or incomplete form? The effects can cascade into various aspects of their life. Relationships might be strained, reputations might be damaged, and future opportunities could be lost. Secrets are often shared with the understanding that they will be kept in confidence to protect the individual from public scrutiny, judgment, or the consequences of others' opinions. When you share their secret without their permission, you are not only hurting the person who confided in you, but you could be affecting their entire network. There's also a moral dimension to consider. Integrity and ethical behavior at the core of being a trustworthy person. To be someone others can rely on, you must maintain a strong sense of respect for their privacy. Keeping someone else's secret is an act of loyalty that reflects your own character. When you violate that trust, you diminish your own integrity. It's important to ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who values the secrets of others? Who is trusted with sensitive information because you can keep it safe? Or do you want to be someone who betrays that trust for the sake of gossip or personal gain? Even if you think sharing someone's secret is harmless or justified in some way, consider the long-term consequences. There's a fine line between helping someone by sharing information and causing harm by revealing something that should have been kept private. As tempting as it may be to confide in others about the things you've been told, always remember that the person who trusted you with their secret may have done so because they believed you were the only one who could safeguard it. Keeping someone else's secret is not just about loyalty. It's about protecting them and maintaining their dignity. It shows that you are someone who can be trusted, someone who respects others' vulnerabilities, and someone who can be counted on to hold space for the things that matter most to those around you. Let me know if you like any changes. Your heartfelt emotions. Emotions are powerful. They shape how we perceive the world and how we respond to the events in our lives. But emotions are also fragile. They are deeply personal and should be treated with the utmost care and respect. While it is healthy to express your feelings, it is important to recognize that not everyone is equipped to handle or understand the depth of what you're experiencing. When you share your most heartfelt emotions, you open a part of yourself to others that is raw, vulnerable, and often difficult to explain. Your emotions are a reflection of your inner state, your beliefs, your desires, and your personal struggles. When you allow others access to those emotions, you risk them being misunderstood or dismissed. Too often, people may not see the intensity of what you're feeling because they haven't experienced it themselves. Or worse, they might offer advice or comments that, while well-meaning, only serve to minimize or invalidate what you're going through. There's a delicate balance between seeking emotional support and exposing your innermost feelings to people who may not be able to handle them properly. Sharing your emotions can open the door to empathy, compassion, and healing, but it can also open the door to judgment, condescension, and misunderstanding. Not everyone in your life is capable of holding space for your deepest feelings. And when you share too openly with people who are unprepared or unwilling to understand, it can leave you feeling even more isolated or misunderstood than before. Take a moment to think about how you feel when you're emotionally vulnerable with someone who doesn't take your feelings seriously. Maybe they brush it off with a comment like, "It's not that big of a deal," or "You're overreacting." These responses can be devastating, especially when you're at your most raw and exposed. Your emotions deserve respect. They deserve to be met with understanding, not dismissal. And this is why it's so important to choose wisely when it comes to sharing your feelings. Furthermore, there are times when sharing your heartfelt emotions with the wrong person can lead to unintended consequences. Some people might use your vulnerabilities against you later, bringing them up at the wrong time or using them to manipulate or control you. Once you've expressed your deepest emotions, it becomes part of your personal history. In these situations, your emotional openness can leave you feeling not only vulnerable, but also exploited. In addition, there's a risk of overexposing yourself emotionally. Sometimes when we're experiencing intense feelings, there's an urge to talk about them to anyone who will listen. However, this can leave you feeling emotionally drained, especially when the person you're sharing with isn't able to provide the support you need. It's vital to recognize that not everyone is in a position to listen with compassion or offer the help you may be seeking. There are times when it's better to process your emotions on your own or with someone who is truly emotionally mature and capable of offering the right kind of support. Constantly relying on others to validate your emotions can lead to emotional dependency, which ultimately prevents you from building the emotional strength and resilience needed to manage your feelings independently. Sharing your most heartfelt emotions can be a healing process, but it's essential to be mindful of who you trust with such personal parts of yourself. There are people who will hold space for your feelings with care and love, while others may take advantage of your openness. Protect your emotional health by being discerning about who you choose to confide in. When you find people who truly care and can provide the emotional support you need, they will be the ones who deserve to hear your most intimate thoughts. Until then, it's important to preserve your emotional integrity and protect your heart from those who may not understand the significance of what you're sharing.